Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy LT the Sage coming to you with another one of my nightly ninja talks. And we got two subjects tonight. This is going to be the first video of the day around 12 noon EST, your time. We're going to be coming out with my talk about Destiny 2. And if you are interested in Anthem whatsoever, if you're not, don't worry about it. But I'm going to be posting a video later on my Anthem. Christian just came out with a blog post about the future of Anthem, letting us know some information. So if you're interested in that, in my review of that, I go through it so you don't have to. Check out that video. I'll probably have it in the description above because it'll be out by the time I post everything up. So sounds like a plan. So I wanted to just go first of all, from my last video, a lot has happened. So first I want to touch on that. Destiny community is in an uproar right now due to the TWAB that happened back on last Thursday. And I've been listening to a lot of back and forth, a lot of Twitter discussions, a lot of YouTube discussions. There's a lot that's been going on. So I wanted to first say this. If you're listening to this video, please stop messaging devs, whoever, any Bungie employee that may or may not be working on this game right now, the future of the game, the actual workforce right now. First of all, I'm just gonna say this: don't do it. Okay, it's based on the climate of our country, the fact that you guys are more feel morally what's the word I'm looking for? You just feel like you have to be the one to tell them off or tell them they need to do their jobs or whatever. Right now, it's not the time for that. Okay, be civil, be humans. Okay, these devs have families. They're trying to survive. They're trying to get things done remotely. They're not at headquarters. They can't go into a server room and flip a switch. And people are so frustrated with the game because they love it so much. I get it. People are just they love their Destiny, but you have to separate the gamer and the disappointment in you as a person and to separate it. You have to separate it. So this is just me saying that to you guys. You don't have to listen to me. You can do whatever you want to do, but the fact that these developers have to deal with some of this backlash, and not so much the voicing opinions, I mean the actual character assassinations that are happening, it's crazy to me. Can't believe I have to tell grown people that, but more than likely most of these people aren't grown, so I digress. But again, before we start, we got to hit that lightning bolt. Again, I am streaming on Facebook at 10 p.m. EST every night, Monday through Friday. So come check me out. Also, if you like the content, subscribe. We're gonna go over some of the new things that are going on with after the TWAB and the weapons, and we're gonna discuss it. I'm gonna give you my thoughts. And again, please, in the comment section below, let me know what you guys are thinking should be the changes or should not be the changes, because I don't know anymore. I think no one's gonna be happy with Destiny, and it's frustrating me. So again, before we go forward, hit that lightning, baby, now. Yo, what's good? All right, now let's go ahead and jump right into the talk. I'm not gonna make this a super long one, but basically, let's give you guys an update. Bungie released a TWAB. We talked about it before, about the sunsetting of weapons. I made a video on it before. Listen, okay? This is what needs to be done for the Destiny PVE community, okay? PVE. PvP, PvP, the systems within PvP, this is not really help with the PvP community. And this is something I did not think about on my initial talk, because PvP, guns and weapons, you want to get some type of familiarity with those weapons and guns. And if every year they're changing the weapons, changing the archetypes, changing the type of weapons you're getting, PvP players don't care that they're going to get new toys, new perks, new weaponry, new things to chase. They're like, what are you doing with my weapons and why? And I can understand that. But the thing that I don't understand is having a very top level thought process to go along with some of their thinking. Some of the main ones are Drewski and Cammy Cakes. I've just now recently started watching some of Cammy Cakes streams. Seems like a cool guy. Thought it was a girl at first when I kept hearing people talk about it. But he seems like a cool guy, right? But a lot of opinions are based on personal experiences and personal preference. Conversations like that cannot be what influences the full player base. You can't make these influence the full player base because so many different players interact with the game on different levels. A year, I think people don't understand, a year is a very, very long time. 12 months is a very long time. It is not short in video game years, in video game time. Maybe in life, yes, but in video game time, it is not. That is a long time to have one weapon that you can work with. A very long time. And the fact that people are worried about having to switch those out on a 12-month cycle worries me a little bit when they're playing a looter shooter, but I understand. Destiny has become, unfortunately, and they never nipped this in the bud when it first started off, Destiny's become what we would call a collection-based looter shooter game. So what does that mean? So collection-based means that people are collecting weapons, collecting rolls, perfect rolls, and they're doing it not for power's sake, they're doing it for collection sake. So they're doing it in order to have the best thing with the best rolls in order to say that they have it. This loud lullaby, let's just go ahead and use this as an example. Getting grave robber, explosive payload like we discussed in the last video. You have this, you may never use this gun, but people who are utilizing Destiny 2 as a collection-based game, they don't want this gun they want this gun to always be viable because they put time in to find the best roll, best time. They put time and effort into those exclusive rolls. And so this is me firing back at people and saying, what is your answer then? If you want to keep everything, how do you expect Bungie to make new and exciting things for the game? This isn't a regular game where it comes out, every 2 to 3 years and you start from scratch. This is a game of continues. You have pretty much 100 extra lives and you continue playing, you continue playing. If the content loop is not good enough for you, you will complain. But you also complain when the weapons that are causing the content loop to be boring are taken away. You complain as well. You have to pick the lesser of two evils. And this is the lesser of the two evils. Is it going to affect some of the player base? Yes. Because some of the player base will use the same weapon over and over and over again because they don't care about the grind. They care about the feel and finding that specific thing they want to use. And and just to say, I am very much the same way, but I'm not attached to weapons. So that's where I differ. I'm not attached to weapons. I am attached to how I interact with my character. So the lightning abilities, certain grenades, certain things I can do with my character. I'm more attached to that. I'm not too attached to the weapons because at the end of the day, in Destiny, the weapons to me are an extension of damage. That is it. They look cool. Some of them do cool things, but at the end of the day, they're an extension of damage in order to complete an objective. And depends on how you look at the weapons. If you look at it as a collection game, I can totally agree that this is a terrible, terrible idea for you. You hate it. You dislike it. You don't want it to happen. But in my eyes, as someone who wants to, be able to go after aspirational content, in-game loot, I want these guns to have something of substance to them. Right now, weapons to me in Destiny, even though because listen, I get it. I haven't played too much recently, but even when I did play before, when I was Shadowkeep when it first gone, because listen, I bought the season pass. I was playing Shadowkeep a lot when it first came out. There's not substance to the grind, to the weapons. There's no substance. And the fact that it's just a blank collaboration of weapons that you are collecting is great for you, and you can still collect weapons, but it's going to be on a yearly basis. And the thing about it is that even after you finish collecting on that year, you can still use them in everyday content. You can still use them in normal content. There is no cap off except for in-game I'm sure new game activities where the delta will be raised, whatever the new content that comes out. And then in-game, so like trials and raids and nightfalls, use the new stuff you get. If you still want to use your weapon and still have that power and still feel that power, that's perfectly fine. But you have to think about it from a top level. I'll continue to beat this drum. If you do not think about loot and loot incentive from a top level, this game will be dead. It will be done. Why? Because it is a looter shooter. Yes, they're going to lean into some RPG things, MMO things. Great, perfect. That is what they should do. That's what all games should do. All games should learn from MMO as far as incentive and respecting players' time. MMOs are probably the best examples of that. But this isn't that type of game, and if that's the type of game they want to make, they have to create Destiny from the ground up, because this is not an MMO. So again, I want to. So that is where we're at right now as a community. A couple people are split because they do not want to lose their weapons, and they don't want to lose the viability of their weapons because they invested time into it and they grinded for them. I get it. You put time and effort into something, you want to have that baby for a long time. But guess what? In video game world, things have to change in order to keep them fresh, or to bring new player base in, new players in order for Bungie to make money, and in order for them to actually produce a game where you're collecting these guns. They have to continue to produce new and exciting ways for players to play so they can attract more money and more players and etc. Now, you can be upset about the changes, but the fact that I think people think if they complain enough, Bungie won't change the game is a little disheartening. Because I think a lot of people are selfish in the way they think about video gaming, and they don't think about the top level. And we have to start thinking on the top level in order to be able to enjoy the game that we love to play. But that's just my thoughts. This will be an ongoing conversation. This ain't going to be the end of it. Trust me. There's a couple of specific things I want to touch on in the upcoming days, so look out for those. Also, Wednesday, Thursday videos, we do Reddit reviews. So I'll be going into Reddit, grabbing 1 to 2 articles that are having the most upvotes and discussing them, going through those articles. Again, we'll always give credit to whoever created those posts. Maybe look at some funny posts of those, but check out Nightly Ninja Talks. It'll be one of our specific segments for that late night talk show type thing called Reddit Reviews, where we review those Reddits. So look out for that episode later this week. But it's crazy. It's tough time to be a Destiny player because there's just so much that is going to happen. And the reason why I'm getting back into Destiny right now is because Luke Smith has been so transparent and so communication heavy with us as Destiny players, and people like me, specifically talking to people like me, because I was a beta player. I played this game hardcore in Destiny 1 and in the beginning of Destiny 2 and in Shadowkeep and in The Last Wish. I play this game. I always come back because I love the way this game feels and plays. And he's talking. These communications are for players like me, saying, "Hey, listen, believe in us. I probably got 2 more chances than me. I'll give Bungie 2 more chances, right? Got nothing else better to do, right, than to give somebody the benefit of the doubt." So again, it's your boy LT the Sage. Again, we do these Nightly Ninja Talks 10 p.m. EST till usually around 2 a.m. on Facebook Gaming. Come check me out, fb.gg/Sage Network. Come find me. We'll be in there discussing the game, discussing the next steps and what Bungie can do. And if you want to subscribe to the channel for more Nightly Ninja Talks like this, feel free to. It's up to you. But again, before I go out, remember, always, got to say it 3 times. Always, always, always follow your ninja way. Peace, baby.